Wow, God, because I know I'll be liking to make people mad when I come with this dog shit. That's what I come with, is the real truth. Well, sometimes it be the truth. Sometimes you gotta help me out. But then at the same time, why would you, as a dog man, right? Why would some of us, as dog men, want to protect the dignity of some dog man that we know that done wrong? And what I mean by that is, right? Say like you a dog man, right? You bought dogs from certain people. You know what I'm saying? You took the dogs and you bred them together. And once you bred them together, you took that nigga's dogs and you called them your name. And you want to make a legacy off of calling some other nigga's dogs your name. You can't get mad if somebody, I'm literally serious, you probably can't get mad if that person come back up to you and say, hey man, you trying to make a legacy off my dogs. You ain't trying to make a legacy off of what you bred. You trying to make a legacy off my dogs. And, you know, I was really getting at a guy talking about, you know, the notorious Juan Gotti, you know, because a lot of these people truly seem to think that Gotti, you know what I'm saying, is a dog. To me, I'm starting to let people know I don't really feel like Gotti is a dog unless it was the Gotti dog that came from Ed Shepherd, because Ed Shepherd bred 21 Blackjack. He was breeding Barbie. He was breeding other dogs to create his own line. But once you take two Greyline dogs and you breed those Greyline dogs and make puppies, I don't give a damn who own the dogs. They still Greyline dogs. I could go to me being in California right now, I could drive all the way to New York and go purchase 2 Labradors. Bring them all the way back to California, breed the 2 Labradors. It don't give me right to change the 2 Labradors' names. They're still Labradors. Until you put a different dog in that breeding and you switch up the breeding, you can't call them your dog. But then at the same time, when it comes to the notorious Juan Gotti himself, don't ever call that dog Gotti to me, because it just ain't Gotti. You know what I'm saying? And if you used him in your program, don't try to say you got a Gotti dog or some shit like that. There's no such thing as a Gotti dog, first of all. What is it? If there's no such thing as Razor's Edge bloodline, how the fuck can there be a such thing as Gotti bloodline? You see more Razor's Edge dogs than you see Gotti dogs. You see way more Razor's Edge dogs than you see Gotti dogs. Shit. We be out here on the streets and don't see no Gotti dogs. And anybody that say they got Gotti in their dog is possibly lying, because them dogs are fat. Gotti was a skinny dog, a tall, skinny, bullish looking dog. If you got a dog that look bully in any shape, form, or fashion, that motherfucker not Gotti. None of the Gotti dogs really look bully. None of them really look bully. They look like straight up fucking pit bulls, just big old pit bulls. So, nah, man. I don't see how you could take and protect the dignity of somebody that you know that done wrong in this game. If a nigga did wrong, he did wrong. You don't take somebody else's dog and rename that dog and call it something else. What if I took your dog, your specific breeding of dog? You bred this puppy, and I take this puppy from you, and I take this puppy and call it something else. That's not right. That's not right. If this was a Kobe dog, it seemed like everybody quit to tell a motherfucker they got a Kobe dog. You've never tried to change Kobe's name on Kobe's dog. Only the bullies. You be happy to tell somebody you got Plumas Alligator in your dog. You never try to change the name on Plumas Alligator. Only the bullies. Only the bullies. And then you listen to such old school rhetoric that you think that shit be for real sometime. Some of this shit don't be for real you be listening to. You know, people can say shit out of their own mouth, and then you look at a dog and it don't look like what came out of their mouth. If you're looking at a dog and this motherfucker got skin on it that's folding down, you can see this motherfucker then got shorter. You gonna sit here and say that's a bully? This motherfucker got all kind of mastiff traits to it, got all kind of motherfucking short dog traits to it. Some people don't even know what a fucking bully is no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like Face the Bully, because Motherfuckers don't know what a bully is no more. They scared of pit bulls, first of all, because they scared of a dog fight. You don't want to see no dog fight. You know what I'm saying? So you scared of that. So you go get a dog that don't fight, that's just bullshit, a full of shit dog. You know what I'm saying? Basically. You know what I'm saying? And when it has puppies, they all look different. No, they supposed to all look the same. When a Rottweiler has a litter of puppies, they look the same. This is how you know you breeding right. Sometimes you just got scatterbred puppies if all the motherfuckers come out looking different. You know what I'm saying? If you can't take these motherfucking puppies and sell them for top dollar, then you know your motherfucking ass did a wrong breeding. You did the breeding, fucked up again. You're not getting top dollar for these dogs. It ain't even, in some shape, form, and fashions, it ain't even no need in breeding dogs if you ain't getting top dollar for the dogs. Because in most cases, you don't even know what the fucking dog is. You calling it something else. The dog can have a little bitty white spot on his head and you'll call this motherfucker a piebald. That's not a piebald. The dog can have an unnoticeable, you can't even see this tri mark on this dog. You'll say it's tri, but really it's black and tan. Don't know the colors, trying to keep up with the trends. Bully game is just tarnished, man. If you got a dog, you take some dogs from somebody and you breed those dogs and you didn't change the blood, that's still the same dog. You take a motherfucking Greyline dog, you breed it to another Greyline dog. I don't give a fuck if you change the name. You just bred Greyline dogs. That's what you just did. And the bully game don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you took dogs and changed the names of these dogs just to make your dogs better. But people don't even know what the fuck your dog really is. That's a hung paper dog. Anybody that got a Greyline dog and you calling it Gotti, that's a hung paper dog. We just gonna throw that one out there too. Your dog got hung paperwork, nigga, because that motherfucker supposed to be a straight up fucking Greyline dog and you got Gotti on the paperwork. No Greyline. That means that your paperwork is hung. That means that your paperwork is hung. If you got Gotti on that motherfucker, you better be talking about Ed Shepherd's Gotti. You can't be talking about the notorious Juan Gotti, because it ain't no such thing as a notorious Juan Gotti. I mean, that's just the name. Y'all know that. I love it when people get mad over it, though. You know what I'm saying? And be like, no, man, this really... Look, man, you know what I mean? You must not know. The brother, Mr. Moore, man, those was his dogs. And when y'all took his dogs and changed the name on it, that was really scandalous. And, you know, when the bully game, in the bully world, you know, us found this shit out, you know what I'm saying? That gave us the right to say, well, do we really want to call dogs that we know that were hung these names? Only the dogs that we know that were hung. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you know for a fact that motherfucker was hung, why would you want to call it the same name when you know it was hung? What is a Gotti dog? You can't even tell me what a fucking Gotti dog is. Nobody can tell me what a Gotti dog is right now. And if you got a Gotti dog, I guarantee you that motherfucker don't look the same as the person who making the Gotti dogs. It don't look like his Gotti dog. Your Gotti dog won't look the same as the person who making the Gotti dogs, who got the original Gotti line, because you know what I'm saying? You probably got Bulldog off of your line now. You ain't even working with the same Gotti dog. So nope. I'm here to say, man, I don't give a fuck who used the notorious Juan Gotti. You ain't finna sit here and tell me you used Gotti. It's on his paperwork. It says Gotti. No, you used Greyline, bro. You used Greyline. That's what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got original Gotti, you got that real Gotti shit, you got Greyline. You don't got Gotti, you got Greyline, and you know that shit because we seen the breeding. Raider 2 to Cali Love created notorious Juan Gotti. Those was two fucking Greyline dogs. So it don't matter who took and bred to the notorious Juan Gotti. It don't fucking matter. Well, we got Juan Gotti in our blood. You got Greyline in your blood. You got a hung paper dog that's called Juan Gotti. The paperwork is hung. Get it through your head. It don't matter if you like it or not. The paperwork is hung. It's hung paperwork. And you're calling a Greyline dog Gotti. That's what I can see because I saw the breeding on TV. It was Raider 2 to Cali Love. And then they came out with Notorious Juan Gotti in the doghouse. The breeding right there on TV. So how the fuck you gonna call that a Gotti dog? Any dog that's called Gotti is a Greyline dog. I mean, not now, because these dogs that you see now, these are not Greyline dogs. They don't look shit like a Greyline dog. Not the ones that were being bred. They don't look like that. But especially when you got a dog low to the ground. Why is that motherfucker low to the ground in the first place? You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Why is he low to the ground? What made him low to the ground? Especially when you got a dog with a tail that don't really like curl, like Gotti tail used to curl. Like the Greyline tails kind of go up and curl a little bit. And then when you see these dogs, they tail don't do that. And the ear structure is all messed up. This dog you calling Gotti looks like he got features of a bulldog. When you look at the ears, they don't match. That's not Notorious Juan Gotti ears. When you look at the nose, that don't match. You got a brachiocephalic nose. You really won't call it that, but it really is. And Gotti had a motherfucking dolichocephalic nose. They're not the same noses. And plus, on top of that, the bully world don't like reindeers, and Gotti was a reindeer. Gotti would be considered a reindeer because he was a Greyline dog. So anybody jocking Gotti should be jocking reindeers too. You should be jocking the reindeer type dogs too. Keep it facts, man. Gotti was a tall dog, but y'all out here trying to breed pockets. And I don't know, didn't they say that the XLs were made up of a bunch of flawed dogs? I mean, it was a breed. It was a part of the breed that was made for flawed up dogs. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be too proud to have or be creating those right now unless you buying them from reputable XL breeders. I wouldn't be too quick to go and create XLs, especially when they haven't been proven and tested. You know what I'm saying? Dogs that big need to be proven and tested. And a lot of people are breeding those dogs that haven't been proven and tested. In which when you prove and test them, you got to do bite work. You got to take them out to see if they like people. You got to take them out to see if they like other dogs. You got to take them out to see if you could control them in public. Basically, will they bite and attack somebody because they are bigger than everybody else. And those dogs are like having a loaded .45 caliber. So I wouldn't be too quick to, sit up and breed XL dogs if I wasn't already breeding these dogs. You know what I'm saying? And if I was to breed XL dogs, I'd just buy them from a reputable breeder. Because the dogs you probably using are not XLs. You looking for an XL, and you're going to make a litter of puppies. And then when you make the litter of puppies, they're going to be puppies you can't sell. You won't be able to sell these pups. You won't be able to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to either get rid of them for like $100, $200, try to place them in people's homes. That's not reputable dog breeding, if you ask me. It's really not. It's not reputable dog breeding, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you supposed to have that type of shit planned out. You know what I mean? If you don't sell these dogs, you supposed to have it to where you already got it planned out. I'm gonna keep them. You already got it planned out. You know what I'm saying? See? So don't ever take somebody's dog and rename that dog, man, and then try to make fame off that renamed dog. That's just a hung paperwork ass dog you trying to make fame off of. Okay? The one Gotti line that was made from Greyline dogs, shit, it is what it is. They was made from Greyline dogs. That's what it is. Cali 2, Raider Love, they made those dogs. So that one particular line would be made from Greyline. But the other Gotti line dogs that Ed Shepherd made, he used Blackjack, and I've heard that he used Greyline. But he used Notorious Juan Gotti, which is Greyline. But just because you use that shit don't mean you can rename that shit. The name don't change. My name will always be the same, and so will yours. So the name don't change. The breed don't change. You trying to change the breed. You trying to change shit. Quit trying to change shit. This ain't a... Why everybody in the bully game got to change something? If you was making something, you wouldn't have to change shit. You wouldn't have to change shit. Change. You ain't got to change nothing. We ain't changing Greyline to no Gotti. Greyline is what it is. Gray the motherfucking line. You know what I'm saying? Greyline. But when you see dogs that don't even fit the standard, hell no, that shit ain't Greyline. That's some shit that don't even fit the fucking standard. You know what I'm saying? You just calling that shit Greyline. Then when you ask a motherfucker, well, what the standards say? They don't know what the standards say. You know what I'm saying? They just pretty much ain't sure. You know what I mean? Nah, man. If you don't know the standard, you gotta fit the standard. Or don't call it by that name. Don't call that motherfucker Greyline if it don't fit the standard. And I don't give a fuck if you call it Gotti, because you ain't gonna find no Gotti dog. Anybody with a Gotti dog, you're crazy. Show me what the fuck made Gotti. On one side, Greyline made it. On the other side, Greyline played a part, but you know what I mean, didn't really make that side over there. So I mean the GOTTY side is good for the calling. So if you want to protect that person over there, you can. But I'm gonna continue to protect this brother over here too. You know what I'm saying? Who y'all try to change his dog's name. Now fuck that. You can't, there's no such dog. Like, I mean, it is what it is, man. Cali and Raider made Notorious Juan Gotti. And Notorious Juan Gotti was a Greyline dog. It is what it is. You don't like it, so fucking what? Quit trying to change something and breed your own shit, nigga.